Hello everyone, this is Manjula Devi P, working as Assistant Professor in GFGC Kanakpura. In this session, I would like to discuss about one of the important concept in security analysis, which is fundamental analysis, which is also called as the analysis of the economy. So let's see in this fundamental analysis, what are the variables that we generally study? Fundamental analysis is done basically to find out the intrinsic value of a security. Like when you have decided to invest in certain securities, then you basically conduct this fundamental analysis to find out the intrinsic value. What is the intrinsic value? This is also referred as the true value, which represents the present and future economic worth of a security, which is as you all know, the security price is basically influenced by many number of factors, many factors. So here we are considering all those factors which affect the value of the security and finding what is the true value of it, and then comparing whether it is overpriced or underpriced or currently priced, or is it feasible to invest in this security at this price. So all that is done in fundamental analysis in connection to intrinsic value. So basically in fundamental analysis, it is based on the external influences and as well as financial statement and industry trends. So here the assumption is the intrinsic value of a security basically depends on three major factors, that is the economy, the industry and the company. Like in order to know the worth of a security, so you need to know in which economy is that security is present and in which industry, in which company the security belongs to. So then you can assess the value or worth of the security. So that assessing is done in the fundamental analysis. So as I was talking about intrinsic value, so this is the value which is opposed to market price or book value. So this doesn't mean the market value. Intrinsic value doesn't mean the book value. So basically it includes all those variables which actually matters to find out the true worth of a security. So in order to find the true worth of a security, which is intrinsic value of a security, we conduct or we carry out the fundamental analysis. So what do we do in the fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis has three phases or has three types of analysis we carry out. So in that, first and foremost, the economy analysis or economic analysis. So here we study the entire economy as a subject matter. So what are the macro factors or macro variables which matters in the economy, like the GDP, the inflation, the general interest rates, the political stability, the industry friendliness or the policies of the government, monetary policy, fiscal policy of the government. So all these things are demography of the economy, the population. So all these things are studied in the economy analysis or economic analysis as part of the fundamental analysis, because you cannot see a share separate or outside the economy. It is like it's inside the system. So anything happens in the system definitely affect the share price. So changes in the GDP or changes in the government policies or changes in the inflationary trends in the country, all that matters for the share price. So we need to study how the economy is operating at present, and of course in future if you can forecast. Then the next level is industry analysis. So here, with reference to that particular industry to which the security belongs to, whether it is part of automobile industry, electronic, electricals, telecommunication, entertainment. There are so many industries, hospitality, healthcare. So to which industry does this security belongs to, and a thorough analysis of that industry. What is the characteristic of the industry? What is the demand and supply? What is the government policy towards that industry? What is the total market share, or what is the total volume of the market in that particular industry? So all those things has to be analyzed as part of industry analysis. Then we have company analysis with regarding the specific company where you want to invest. So there you are making a thorough analysis of the particular company. Now what is its rate of return on investment, or what is the dividend payout, or what is the earning per share that the company is having. So all those things specific to that particular company we are going to study. So in this session I would like to talk about economic analysis or economy analysis. In the coming sessions, of course, we will discuss about industry analysis and company analysis in detail. When we talk about economic analysis, as I said, it is very important stage of fundamental analysis. In this, it focuses on the economic data, basically the macroeconomic data, to find out the future growth or the present position of the economy. What are the variables that we generally include in this? We include population, we include performance of agriculture, technological development of the economy, the natural resources available, the role of government, the political scenario of the country, then the balance of trade and balance of trade positions, balance of payment positions, then very importantly GDP of the economy. So all these things in one or the other way, it gives the economic health of a country. So first let's take about population. So the demography of the population, like what is the size, what is the growth rate, like what is the ratio of working population, non-working, what is the ratio of the different age groups that are available, and many other factors like mortality rate, the birth rate, death rate, so many demographic factor, education rate. So many factors which actually assess the strength and weakness of the economy. For example, in India, if we say more than 60% is youth, so it is considered as a young country. So any commodity which comes, like any clothing, any branded accessories, so it has a market here in the country. Okay, so that way the study of the population gives a clear picture about the country's position, or countries, it's like for checking, if you go anywhere, they will have a thermal scanning, isn't it, thermal screening, so which shows your body temperature, which tells whether prima facie you are healthy or not, isn't it. Same way, study of this population tells what is the condition of the economy. Then again, agriculture, what is the percentage of people involved in agriculture, and what is the yield rate, growth rate, and what are the different types of crops produced in a country. So what are the commercial, what are the food crops which are produced, what is the rate at which it is growing, what are the base rate, ceiling rate, floor rate, what is the government support rate for such commodity products. So all those things are part of the economic analysis. And the technological development, as industrial development is directly correlated with the technological development. What is the extent of technology that they have at present also matters for studying the economy. Then the natural resources available and role of government. So to what extent the government is more inclined towards productive and growth perspective of the economy. So all those things matters, because government, being the policy maker, has has complete power to change the, or has complete strength to change the entire economy, to give a different shape to the economy. So that's the power of the government. And political stability, that's very important. If it is unstable, then it's like no policies can be long lasting, because each government tends to change or bring their own ideas. So in such case it will cause instability. So when it is stable, then we can expect better economic growth. Then the balance of trade and balance of payment position of the economy, like what is the extent of their exports and imports. So are they more export oriented, or are they more import oriented? So both have their own advantage and limitations. So what is the present scenario of the economy with regarding the foreign exchange? Then the most important, GDP, which generally talks about the level of productivity in an economy. So whether the productivity in all the sectors, the value of goods and services produced in an economy, whether it is increasing or it is decreasing or it is stable. So that gives an indication of the economic performance of the country. So before we invest in any sector, so we have to see what is the economic condition of the economy, then only we can take a decision about it. Then we have to do a forecasting. Okay, right now, okay, we got to know what is the condition of the economy. For example, right now it is 2020 when I am shooting this video, December. Right now it is a recovery phase, I could say, because the country or the whole world was hit by corona pandemic, and there was a lockdown, complete lockdown for nearly 2 months, and then slowly economy it started opening up. So sector by sector and step by step the unlock started, and now I think we are in a stage where it's going to be complete unlock, where everything is going to be normal as it was before. So after this unlock, we could predict or we could see the change in the economy, during lockdown, post lockdown, pre lockdown, during lockdown. We could clearly see the economic performance of the whole country. So now, right now, standing at this point, if we want to see what would be the prediction for 2021, so which are the sectors which are going to get boom, or how would be the GDP position, how would be the inflation position of the economy in 2021. So then that is called as forecasting. So now if I want to do the forecasting of 2021, then I have to conduct a survey. So survey, I have to see what are the parameters which I am looking at, what are the different aspects or viewpoints I am looking at. I am looking at the consumption rate, the income, increase in the income, or the productivity in the agriculture, industry, this industry wise. So I check what are the variables which I want to collect, and I make a questionnaire, and I do take the response from the respondents. Then I can come to a conclusion, okay, this is what, this may happen in 2021, that is surveys. Then we have barometric or lead indicator approach. So here we just have to observe what's happening. Lead indicator or coincident indicator or lagging indicator. Lead indicator says like anything which is happening in present can be a future indicator, okay, may indicate, suppose if government has reduced interest rates, so it could be a leading indicator which says, okay, there's going to be more loan taken in the economy. When they take more loans, there can be more money supply in the economy. When there is more money supply, we can say the GDP of the economy might increase. So the reduction in the interest rate can be a lead indicator of what may happen in future. Or coincident indicator, like what's happening at present, if you see, you can see what may happen in future. Okay, so government has made a rule that mask is compulsory. So you can say that, so the many companies which are coming up who produces mask, or many clothing companies may also add mask as their one of the product, or in their product line masks, or fashion industry may come up with an idea where they include mask as part of the accessory or clothing. So that means coincident, what's happening may give the indication of what may happen in future. Lagging indicators, That means it has already happened. So now you are realizing and you think about the future. Corona has come and it got badly hit the country. So it indicates that in future about healthcare, hospitality, immunity, all those things are going to come into picture more and more. So every product, every industry, every company is going to add this immunity or this antibacterial, antiviral as part of their product or propaganda in the marketing. Okay, so that could be a lagging indicator. Then we can also look into the diffusion indexes in order to assess the intrinsic value, in order to assess the future, forecast the future economy. So here we basically take into the consideration the stock market indexes, the overall, what is the ending point of Nifty, BSE, NSE, and we keep seeing whatever the level at which it stood and it is the trend at which it is moving. So then it gives us the indication, or we can forecast, okay, because the BSE is increasing or NSE stock markets are rising, so I can expect, okay, there can be more trading of stocks and shares in the market. Okay, so I can look into diffusion indexes also. Then economic model building. So here I would take the help of statistics, maths, and the variables of the economy, and I put it as a formula, and I'll see what could be the future GDP or the inflation rate or the growth rate of the economy. So I use all these statistical methods of correlation or many things to check what would be the future level of the economy. Then model building, opportunistic model building. So even in this we are going to it's one of the forecasting technique where we talk about total demand and total supply in the economy, and we calculate what would be the future GDP or GNP. So by assessing the total demand and the supply at present and what are the possibilities that it can increase. So where we would take into consideration the present demand and supply and assess the future demand and supply with regarding, and we can find out the GDP and GNP. We can assess it. Okay. So this is about opportunistic model building. So here all these techniques we are using in order to assess or forecast the economy. Just to have a recap, so in this session we discussed about fundamental analysis. Mainly the fundamental analysis is done to find the intrinsic value of a stock. Intrinsic value is a real value or true value or the true worth of the stock, which includes present and future economic worth, and there are many variables which matter to assess the future value of a stock. So here for doing an analysis we consider fundamental analysis. In that we have three phases or stages. First we take up economic analysis, then industry, then company analysis. In this session we discussed about economic analysis, where basically we consider most of the macro variables which matters for the economic performance of a country, like the GDP, population, policies, government stability, political stability, technical advancement of the country. So all these things we study, we assess, based on that we do forecasting, and then we take the investment decision. So these are some of the books for further reference, for making the concept more clear and for having a detailed notes about the topic that we have discussed. So hope you all have got the concept clear about fundamental analysis, in that economic analysis. In the next sessions we will talk about industry analysis and company analysis in detail. Thank you.